Hello. Today I'm going to talk about attachment issues within youth. That's usually how I come across it. Obviously, I can come across it with adults too, but usually I discuss it in terms of understanding youth, not so much with families, but with other professionals, either um, the within a therapeutic capacity or within another capacity within the system, but help them understand what attachment issues look like, and kind of help conceptualize the different areas that it affects. So I broke it down to a few topics where how attachment issues in youth will affect parenting approaches. So there are parental implications when the youth have attachment issues, and people normally think that I was talking to this one individual, a professional, and they thought because they live with the biological parent that there wasn't an attachment issue. And that's kind of it. It's more than just that. You can have attachment issues and live with parents. It's not exclusive to that. Sometimes you'll even have a medical situation from a parent early in their life, and that could generate the attachment issue. There could be any type of disruption. To conceptualize this, is anyone can unfortunately have an attachment issue when there is a disruption or inconsistency with a caretaker. So with that implication, kind of we all have some flavor of attachment issues, just the flavor of it, but to actually have deep-seated attachment where it's presented clinically, that's not the case. That's usually where it's more exclusive for the traditional term of attachment issues. But we all have undertones of attachment issues around intimacy and allowing to have trust and to have others take lead in our lives, which makes us feel very vulnerable. So, but that's in the traditional, that's more where how it relates to the general populace. But when it deals with a clinical level, that is individuals who would be having the attachment issue, full-blown attachment issue. So, there's two different subtypes. I'm not going to get into that as it doesn't really tap into this conversation. But when you're parenting and the child has attachment issues, I have to help professionals understand that, in a sense, the parents unfortunately are pulled into the world of the child in the process, and they don't even realize it. And they kind of lose their style, their approach, and they kind of make concessions to how they would traditionally take care of their parental approach. And they turn into more of a punitive type of approach, and lines are drawn, and it's this way or else type of mentality. You'll see that a lot with attachment, but that doesn't mean if you have that dialogue, it's attachment. No. But I know that sometimes parents will deal with problems around cell phones, curfew, possession of phones, and that is where the core of the parental discussions are around. And that is an unfortunate trend where you're being drawn away from the deeper issue. The youth is pulling you from the deeper issue because either they don't communicate it, they can't communicate it, or it's an easy distraction not to make it about the pain or the intimacy issues that they have. So they make it more surface level around some type of privilege and consequence and inability to employ consequence for the youth. And the parent, unfortunately, gets pulled into the world of the youth when this happens because they don't make it about the deeper issue. They don't make it about the pain. They make it about, authority and consequences. And, I hear a lot, what's the word I hear a lot? Oppositional. Oh my gosh, I hear that. I hear that word a lot. But sometimes you'll see individuals who have attachment fall into that category, and that's another conversation I have another dialogue for that. But